Artemis II launched April 1, 2026. 4 astronauts aboard NASA's Orion spacecraft, sitting on top of the Space Launch System, the most powerful rocket ever built by human hands. This is NASA's first crewed mission to the Moon since Apollo 17 December 1972. That's 54 years, over half a century since any human being was anywhere near the Moon. The crew: Commander Reed Wiseman, pilot Victor Glover, mission specialist Christina Koch, the first woman to fly a lunar mission, and Jeremy Hansen, the first Canadian astronaut in deep space. The mission is a flyby. They don't land. They loop around the Moon and come back. The goal is to test the Orion spacecraft, the life support systems, the deep space communication network, and the crew's ability to function this far from home. It's a rehearsal for Artemis III, which will actually put boots on the Moon. But today, during the flyby, something happened that hasn't occurred since 1970. Earlier today, the Artemis II crew broke the record for the farthest distance any human has ever traveled from Earth. The previous record was held by the crew of Apollo 13, 248,655 miles. Set in April 1970, ironically, the same mission where an oxygen tank exploded and the crew nearly didn't make it home at all. Artemis II surpassed that distance and kept going. From that vantage point, they watched and photographed a solar eclipse as seen from the Moon, something no human eye had ever witnessed from that position in history. Commander Wiseman named a moon crater after his late wife, who died of cancer in 2020. And then, the spacecraft passed behind the Moon, and for 40 minutes, NASA heard nothing. This is called a lunar communications blackout. When the spacecraft goes behind the Moon itself physically blocks every radio signal between the crew and Earth. It's a known phenomenon. It happened on the Apollo missions too. But here's the moment that stuck with me. When contact was re-established, astronaut Christina Koch's first words back to Earth were, "It is so great to hear from Earth again." Sit with that for a second. You are 250,000 miles from home. You are behind the Moon. The Earth has disappeared from your radio. There is nothing between you and the void of space in every direction. No rescue possible. No communication. No help. Just 4 humans. And 40 minutes of total silence. That sentence, "It is so great to hear from Earth again," is one of the most quietly terrifying things anyone has said in the history of spaceflight. Now I'll give you the official NASA explanation first, then the questions. NASA says the blackout was completely expected. Standard flyby procedure. The Moon blocks radio waves. Contact resumes when the spacecraft clears the lunar horizon. Nothing unusual. That's the official line. Here's what people are asking. NASA has had lunar relay satellites in orbit since 2009. Private companies have been building lunar communications infrastructure. SpaceX has Starlink. We live in a world where you can video call someone in Antarctica in real time. So why, in 2026, with all of that technology, are 4 human lives still completely unreachable for 40 minutes? Apollo astronauts who flew behind the Moon reported that their blackout durations were sometimes inconsistent with what NASA had predicted pre-mission. Some were longer. The transcripts from certain Apollo missions have gaps. Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and others have made carefully worded references over the years to experiences during blackout periods that don't appear in any official record. I'm not saying something happened during those 40 minutes today. I'm saying we would have no way of knowing if it did. And that's a very different kind of uncomfortable. Pull back from the conspiracy angle for a second, because the straight facts here are staggering enough. The last time humans were this far from Earth, Nixon was president. Led Zeppelin was still touring. Vietnam was happening. No personal computers existed. No internet. No smartphones. And right now, 4 people are out there. The Artemis program is not just about the moon. Every system being tested on this mission, life support, deep space navigation, crew psychology at extreme distance, communication, blackout protocols, is a building block for Mars. We are watching the first chapter of humanity becoming a multi-planetary species. It's not science fiction anymore. It's April 7th, 2026. And it's happening today. Artemis II is heading home. The crew is safe. The mission is a success by every measure. But those 40 minutes are going to stay with me for a long time. 4 humans, behind the moon, completely unreachable, farther from home than anyone in history. And the first thing one of them said when she could finally hear us again was, "It is so great to hear from Earth again." Drop a comment. Does the blackout bother you? Do you think we're being told everything? And are you watching Artemis 3? Subscribe. New videos every week on space, conspiracy, tech, and the stories that matter. The silence lasted 40 minutes. We still don't know everything that's in it.